supportive and supportive community. Your opinions and questions are encouraged and celebrated in this lively discussion. Visit the community tab for a wealth of future topics. Now to the point. The discovery that a narcissist has lost a source of emotional validation and nutrition spreads across their complex psyche. Know this: narcissists hate losing people. The more people who validate and focus on them, the brighter their emotional constellation. Your departure is a seismic upheaval to their carefully manicured self-worth and control. Two likely outcomes result from this loss. The first is a desperate grab for your attention. Do not be fooled by their words. The narcissist wants to draw you into their deceptive games, not reconcile. Their promises of change and wisdom are empty vessels meant to draw you back into the old routine where your energy, time, and compassion feed their voracious appetite. Warning: the narcissist's core is immovable, and their claims of transformation are echoes that fade in their deceit. Their undercurrents of wrath are their second response. Losing a major supplier, especially one as important as you, shatters their delicate ego. As they realize you, who once cared for them, have cut links, anguish and wrath combine. Desperation turns into resentment, and they may try to smear your character or your departure story. Finally, viewers, losing a narcissist is a complicated dance of despair and rage. As you traverse these stormy waters, remember that their promises are mirages that hide their unchanging core. Stay attentive, follow your route, and share your views and experiences in the always welcoming comment box below. Thanks for sharing this enlightening voyage until our next adventure. I invite my discriminating audience back to the maze of narcissistic unraveling. When faced with your irrevocable loss, the narcissist may select the second option, a dark ballet of devaluation, smear campaigns, and attempts to destroy your reputation. Why do they begin on a terrible journey? You accidentally wound them by seeing through their well-prepared machinations. Your disclosure shakes them to the core, triggering their hidden abandonment and rejection fears. They lash out in a frantic attempt to shift blame and retake control because their wound is deep and festers. Their smear campaign aims to tarnish your reputation and blame you for your group's failure. Using illusion and deception, narcissists manipulate truth. They'll try to make you the bad guy, possibly implying mental instability to support their lie. But it doesn't end there. The vindictive strains within the narcissistic psyche may propel them further into the abyss of destruction, seeking to unravel the very fabric of your life. Their aim is to drag you into a cycle of perpetual fixing, a futile endeavor where you bear the weight of false accusations and unfounded guilt. The narcissist orchestrates this malevolent symphony with full awareness, manipulating the strings of your emotions and actions. So what happens when the narcissist, with begrudging acknowledgement, realizes you've moved on? The crucial response, dear viewers, is to disentangle yourself from their web of malevolence. Resist the urge to decipher their actions, understand their motives, or convince others of the truth. Redirect that energy towards your well-being and forward momentum. You hold the key to the shackles that bind you to their toxic influence. Acknowledge the narcissist for what they are, but comprehend that understanding won't metamorphose them. Their patterns persist because they yield the results they seek. Once the ties are severed, cast your gaze forward, unburdened by the weight of the past. The narcissist's theater of destruction need not be your stage. Should you find solace in discourse, consider one-on-one consultations, mentorship, or the refuge of the Journal Club, a sanctuary for those navigating similar tempests. Counseling or therapy, a beacon in the storm, can complement your healing journey. Join my Discord server, a haven of shared experiences and camaraderie. Thank you for your unwavering presence on this odyssey. Until our paths cross again, onwards to new horizons. Goodbye, and take gentle steps on your journey. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our journey together. Buckle up, folks, because we're delving into the gritty details of how narcissists evolve into walking chaos with the passage of time. Yeah, you heard it right. We're about to dissect the unnerving journey of narcissism through the years. So grab your curiosity by the collar and let's plunge into the twisted rabbit hole of aging narcissists. Now, let me hit you with a bombshell. Brace yourselves, because the proof is as disturbing as it gets. Narcissists don't just age like fine wine. They age like a hurricane gaining momentum. Picture this: you, me, everyone witnessing the unraveling of narcissistic tendencies as they mature. It's a spectacle, and we're here for it. So you're probably wondering, why does it seem like these ego-driven individuals become more of a headache as the candles on their birthday cake multiply? It's a question that's been dancing on the edges of our minds, and today we're going full throttle into the abyss to find some answers. Let's talk relationships, shall we? We've all been there, stuck in the web of a narcissist, struggling to break free like a fly caught in honey. Maybe it's the remnants of a past entanglement, children complicating the escape route, blood ties refusing to loosen their grip, or the haunting echoes of shared trauma. But here's the million-dollar question. As these narcissists age, do they gracefully mellow out like a well-aged whiskey, or do they crank up the chaos dial? Hold on to your hats, because here's the cold, hard truth. Age doesn't bring out the wisdom and serenity in narcissists. It cranks up the volume on their destructive symphony. As the years pile on, these ego-hungry individuals don't gracefully bow out of the spotlight. They hog it with more vigor. It's not about aging like a fine wine. It's about aging like a tempest, wreaking havoc with heightened hostility, manipulation skills that could make a puppeteer jealous, touchiness that could rival a live wire, anger that simmers just beneath the surface, and entitlement that knows no bounds. But fear not, dear viewer, because this video is your beacon in the storm. Consider it your guidebook to navigate the treacherous waters of narcissism and why these individuals turn into emotional hurricanes as they age. We're unlocking the 3 interconnected reasons why aging hits narcissists like a ton of bricks. It's a roller coaster of ego boosts, emotional wobbliness, and a shortage of narcissistic supply. We're digging deep, peeling back the layers of why the ticking clock turns them into bigger headaches. Stay tuned. We're about to unveil the secrets that'll arm you with knowledge and keep you safeguarded from the whirlwind of havoc they can unleash on your mental landscape. Stick around, you won't want to miss this. Number 1. Unraveling the enigma of aging narcissists and the fragility of their illusory grandeur. Embarking on a labyrinthine journey through the aging psyche of narcissists, we confront the intricate dynamics of their self-esteem dissolution. Like ancient statues succumbing to the relentless erosion of time, the facade of self-worth meticulously constructed upon society's ephemeral values begins to crumble with the advancing years. These individuals, architects of their own vanity, meticulously crafted their pride on the shifting sands of external validation, power, and control. Life's tapestry, woven with experiences that mold one's sense of self, emphasizes the crucial role of a nurturing environment. Yet, the emotionally adept navigate this journey independently, relying on their internal emotional compass. In stark contrast, narcissists hitch their self-esteem to the caravan of materialistic pursuits, from opulent wealth to ostentatious possessions, and the hollow echoes of social media acclaim. Their sustenance, a precarious cocktail, is shaken by the tremors of aging, diminishing appearances, dwindling social status, and a shifting kaleidoscope of sexual partners. The once mighty arsenal of manipulation, honed over years, finds itself dulled and ineffective against the relentless march of time, leaving the narcissist increasingly vulnerable. Number 2. Peeling back the layers of the aging narcissist's mask. Intrigue beckons as we unravel the enigma of aging narcissists, delving beneath the surface to expose the metamorphosis of their external visage. The mirror reflects more than the wear and tear of passing years. It unveils a canvas adorned with the hues of malevolence. The once impeccably polished facade, a mask concealing a maelstrom of emotions, begins to crack and crumble with the relentless passage of time. These fissures betray the hidden currents of jealousy and hatred, unveiled to those astute enough to discern the shifting contours of their true selves. Number 3. The agony of narcissistic supply's dwindling echo in the chambers of aging. As the years etch their tails upon the narcissist's countenance, the symphony of attention and adoration, the coveted narcissistic supply, dwindles to a mere whisper, setting off a cascade of agonizing thoughts and emotions. This supply, an emotional elixir drawn from the wells of unmet childhood needs, reflects the tumultuous narrative of their formative years, marked by either the nurturing embrace of healthy caregivers or the sting of abuse. The void left by the absence of validation from primary figures manifests as a turbulent undercurrent, corroding the pillars of self-worth and cognitive development. A surplus of distressing thoughts and emotions takes root, challenging the delicate equilibrium of emotional regulation. With the passage of time, aging narcissists, fearing the impending storm within, shift their gaze from the intimate approval-seeking dance with primary caregivers to a broader quest for validation from the community. Yet their myopic lens, fixated on the superficial and materialistic dance of life, impedes the construction of identities with genuine meaning or fulfillment. The tapestry of fabricated selfhood loses its luster with advancing age, and the growing dearth of narcissistic supply exposes chinks in the once impenetrable armor of emotional stability. The pain of unmet emotional needs intensifies, threatening to tip the delicate balance of their emotional equilibrium. Number 4. Navigating the delicate abyss of aging narcissists. A symphony of fragility and vulnerability. In the twilight of their existence, narcissists traverse the precarious tightrope, their fragility and vulnerability accentuated with each passing moment. Herein lies a pivotal truth. The aging narcissist, once a masterful architect of self-aggrandizement, now confronts the daunting challenge of sustaining their narcissistic supply in the waning chapters of their life narrative. This pursuit, fraught with the ghosts of memories and emotions long suppressed, poses a profound threat to their mental equilibrium. The vulnerability etched into their aging psyches transforms them into fragile beings, teetering on the precipice of a psychological abyss. In the twilight of their existence, narcissists traverse a precarious tightrope, their fragility and vulnerability accentuated with each passing moment. Herein lies a pivotal truth. The aging narcissist, once a masterful architect of self-aggrandizement, now confronts the daunting challenge of sustaining their narcissistic supply in the waning chapters of their life narrative. This pursuit, fraught with the ghosts of memories and emotions long suppressed, poses a profound threat to their mental equilibrium. The vulnerability etched into their aging psyches transforms them into fragile beings, teetering on the precipice of a psychological abyss. As the aging narcissist grapples with the diminishing returns of their once abundant narcissistic supply, a cascade of unsettling emotions threatens to engulf them. The defense mechanisms, honed over a lifetime, falter in the face of this existential challenge, leaving them exposed and defenseless. A narcissistic injury, a blow to their carefully crafted facade, becomes a seismic rupture, stripping away the layers of self-importance, uniqueness, and superiority that shielded them from their inner demons. In this vulnerable state, the elderly narcissist confronts a tempest of distressing thoughts and emotions. The orchestra of inadequacy, unlovability, unwantedness, worthlessness, and weakness plays with a poignant intensity. Yet, lacking the emotional competence to navigate this internal maelstrom, they resort to a cacophony of reactive behaviors. Hostility, fury, resentment, vindictiveness, and the haunting notes of melancholy reverberate through their responses, creating a discordant symphony that echoes their inner turmoil. Interacting with an elderly narcissist, navigating the treacherous waters of their vulnerability, demands a keen awareness of the potential for manipulative tactics. Narcissistic fury, taunting, stonewalling. These become the desperate maneuvers of a wounded ego seeking to reclaim a semblance of control. The fragility of their aging selves lays bare the rawest facets of their nature, and as they grapple with the erosion of their once mighty defenses, the dance with an elderly narcissist becomes the challenging ballet, where the worst facets of their character take center stage. Venture into the labyrinth of aging narcissists, and you'll find a key characteristic that becomes more pronounced with time: an inability to forgive, a steadfast grip on deep-seated anger and bitterness. As the years advance, the once convincing performances of hero or victim fade, replaced by faces etched with a gloomy disposition. These countenances mirror the emptiness, gloominess, and vengefulness that fester within. The eyes, once capable of feigned warmth, transform into unfeeling windows, offering a stark view of the desolation that dwells, or rather, doesn't dwell within. Yet, paradoxically, a curious tendency prevails among many to view the aging narcissist through a lens of sympathy, as if seeing them as helpless oldsters. It's a cognitive dissonance worth unpacking, how the external facade clashes with the internal reality, creating a spectacle of contradiction. Now, let's pivot and encapsulate the essence of our exploration. We've navigated the intricate terrain of whether narcissists amplify their destructiveness as they age. This journey wove through the labyrinth of narcissistic impact on relationships, considering the entanglements of children, blood ties, and the echoes of trauma bonding. The resounding answer: yes, as the years accumulate, narcissists amplify their toxicity, showcasing heightened hostility, manipulativeness, oversensitivity, anger, and entitlement. In the latter part of our Odyssey, we delved into 3 pivotal reasons underpinning this deterioration. First, the Herculean task of maintaining a satisfactory level of narcissistic supply becomes increasingly formidable for aging narcissists. Second, the loss of this supply triggers an avalanche of agonizing thoughts and emotions. Lastly, this dearth catapults them into a precarious state of emotional instability, rendering them acutely susceptible. In essence, the common thread unraveling the decline of elderly narcissists lies in the scarcity of narcissistic supply. Armed with this knowledge, you emerge fortified to navigate the intricate dance with aging narcissists, making informed decisions to safeguard your sanity. Thank you for embarking on this exploration with us. Your thoughts and experiences are eagerly welcomed in the comments. If this expedition proved insightful, consider subscribing and hitting the bell for alerts on future mind-bending journeys. Until our paths cross again, stay enlightened and empowered. A final note of importance: aging narcissists and their fragility teeter on the precipice of vulnerability. The challenge of amassing enough narcissistic supply heightens, and post-narcissistic injury, their once inflated sense of self-importance crumbles. Left in its wake are torrents of hostility, fury, resentment, vindictiveness, and even melancholy. As you tread the waters of relationships with aging narcissists, safeguarding yourself is paramount. Understand the roots of their deterioration and shield your innermost thoughts, feelings, emotions, and overall well-being from their corrosive influence. We hope this discourse proves a guiding beacon. Share your insights on today's episode, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell for future sagas. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, have a splendid day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our journey together. Constantly putting themselves first, narcissists disregard the feelings of those around them. In an effort to boost their own self-esteem, they are masters at shifting the blame onto other people. While most people would rather own up to their mistakes and learn from them than constantly seek validation from others, narcissists are masters at avoiding responsibility and engaging in passive-aggressive behavior. Given their usual conduct, it is not shocking that they are skilled at evading responsibility and making excuses. Hey there, folks, it's time for another video. Your encouragement is what keeps me going with my YouTube channel, and I'm grateful for your generosity. To make sure you don't miss any of my videos, subscribe and hit the bell button. What follows is an overview of today's material. On today's agenda, we'll delve into the ways narcissists hide their weaknesses through unconventional means, only to fall back into old habits. Making up is a way for narcissists to show they want to put an end to a fight or reconcile with someone. Their communication style is in line with their habit of making other people's lives difficult and rarely owning up to their mistakes. Since they would rather point fingers, it's doubtful that they will apologize. To avoid taking responsibility for themselves, narcissists often make up complex excuses. The 3 outcomes that narcissists would rather not deal with in today's video are going to be discussed in detail. At first, they plan out how to carry out their activities covertly so that no one suspects a thing. They believe that if they take people's focus off of the problem, they will eventually forget about it. But narcissists take criticism very personally and will do whatever it takes to avoid it. Shrugging it off and pretending it didn't happen might be seen as helpful, but confronting them about it might make them angry. When faced with a problem, narcissists use a predetermined strategy to fix it. The second difficulty comes from their habit of repeatedly putting off deadlines in order to negotiate. To get people to agree, this is a powerful tactic. Instead of taking responsibility and making amends when a narcissist feels they've hurt someone, they may try to put distance between themselves and the situation. If you bring up an unresolved issue in a later meeting, they might pretend it never happened and give you a gift, making it awkward. Their end game is to keep you enthralled so that they can manipulate you into doing what they want. Being ready to either pretend like nothing happened or give the relationship a second chance by putting the past in the past is the most important part. There have always been narcissists, and bad things keep happening to them. In the pursuit of a brighter future, people keep trying to put their lives back together. This impression, however, is completely false. In order to avoid confrontation, narcissists often accuse others of being negative and fixating on the past when confronted about their actions. To bring up sensitive topics from their past that they might feel uneasy about is generally considered rude. The focus is on making the most of the here and now and pushing ahead. One of the two sets of rules that narcissists follow is that they will not apologize or admit fault if they mess up. On the other hand, if they can pin the blame on you, they will argue angrily until you give in and ask for forgiveness. Because narcissists' rule system is inherently unfair, dealing with them is often frustrating due to their tendency to deceive. Now we can go back to the subject of time. To narcissists, it's just a matter of time until you move on from the problems and stop worrying about them. They might put on an act of superficial interest by pretending to agree with what you say in order to get the conversation over with quickly. But this is all an act designed to make people think someone is paying attention while they avoid responsibility. Even though they don't follow any rules, narcissists try to make others feel responsible. They usually just say sorry without going into detail about what went wrong. Despite boasts about their intelligence and other empty rhetoric, they rarely follow through with concrete measures to better themselves. If things aren't going their way, narcissists will act seductively toward others, thinking that having sexual relations will instantly fix everything. As a band-aid, they rely on physical proximity. They might treat you like a treasured possession and lavish you with affection while they're going through a tough time. Engaging in sexual activities with narcissists, regardless of their gender, can weaken your emotional well-being and tarnish your reputation. Narcissists, whether male or female, take advantage of their victims' emotional vulnerabilities by putting on a caring facade to hide their true problems. Instead of dealing with the reasons behind their behavior, narcissists in each of these situations try to avoid taking responsibility for their actions. Physical intimacy is their means of superficial reconciliation. So long as this strategy works, they will keep using it. A narcissist thinks it will be enough to make a passing reference and say they will improve. They have a hard time apologizing, since they always insist they did nothing wrong. To make a narcissist happy again, it's necessary to pretend they can't make mistakes and will never make them. Finally, it's critical to expose their false beliefs with the truth. Is there anything else narcissists do to boost their self-esteem? Feel free to leave a comment with your thoughts and opinions. We value your feedback. Please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking the bell icon if you found this episode helpful. Again, I appreciate you taking